Happy New Year, everybody. It's 4:45 in the morning, and I'm busy writing, fanning about on Facebook. Happy New Year. I hope everybody has a good one. I really do. It was lovely here too. Brilliant, man. Good scran. Just chilled out. Really, really good. I just thought I would just do a wee video because it made me think about New Year's and Christmases in the past and all that, man, when I've just totally kicked the arse out of it. You know what I mean? I always come undone November and then just sort of manage to last until after New Year and then wake up some point in January what the fuck, you know what I mean? What the actual fuck? And it was actually last year I managed to get my life together a wee bit. But through the year, I don't want anybody to assume that I would just elect myself to talk about this sort of stuff, but it's actually just because it's actually something people ask me a lot, you know, whether it's privately or in conversation or whatever, you know what I mean? People ask me about getting sober and how did I manage to do it, and, you know, asking me questions about, you know, what does it require and all that sort of stuff, so I just did this, you know, in case anybody ever is curious, you know, because I know for a fact, especially in hip hop, maybe there wasn't, I just didn't notice. I know there were people that just didn't drink, but I didn't know that. Only person I know that tried to stop was a mate of mine, rest in peace, and you know, and he fought pretty hard, you know, and it just goes to show what happens if you let it slip. It's such a dangerous thing, man, and so if there was somebody that I could have seen in the hip hop scene that was doing it, I might have actually probably tried to stop a lot sooner and save myself a lot of hassle. So I'm only saying this just because I know that, you know, a couple of other people might watch it and a couple of them might be curious. The important thing is, I guess, is just, you know, if you know it's not for you, you know what I mean? If you end up just drinking and then it just turns to mayhem, you know what I mean? And I don't just mean mayhem like fucking write your name with shite on the walls, you know what I mean? Mayhem inside as well, you know, paranoia, not being able to, you know, have a grip on reality, your attitude changing, or, you know, you find yourself always having no money because you're drinking or you're getting stoned or whatever, you know what I mean? You can't think about anything else. So I realised it is with me, you know what I mean? It's an obsession, you know what I mean? I drank so much through the years it ended up just rewiring my brain. So what I find is, you know, anytime I've tried to have a drink in controlled circumstances, eventually it's just me sitting on a toilet drinking Buckfast. Sitting on a toilet drinking Buckfast, you know what I mean? How pathetic is that? No knowing what I've done, no knowing what I've said. Completely feeling like the worst cunt ever, you know, and very well might be the worst cunt ever. I tried to stop so many times and I couldn't get my head around it, and I learned that I just had to allow the bevy to grind me down so much that I actually just gave up and started trying to figure out a new way to live. But I think the main thing I would say is just, see if you're struggling, you know what I mean, talk to somebody, you know, talk to somebody you trust and try and find out a bit more information, because one of the reasons I kept drinking for so long was because I actually was suffering for ignorance for what it was that I was dealing with. What was I suffering for? I didn't know, you know what I mean? I wasn't aware of it. I used to think, man, the people around me drink a lot, but then I remembered that, you know, I drank with all of them on a different day of the week. So they would only drink a couple of days, but I was drinking with them all through the week, so it was me that was one of the other things fueling a lot of the drinking that was going on. You know what I mean? So this year for me has just been a blessing. I'm so grateful for it. I didn't think it was possible, to be honest. When I started out in the beginning of the year, I just had to keep faith that if I stuck with the right people around me and was resolved to be honest with myself about the fact that I was an alcoholic and there was no getting away from it, then I had to have faith that things would improve, and you know what, they did, and I'm not going to lie, it was hard and it is still hard, but at this point now, 12 months down the line nearly, I I can deal with anything that might happen without having to have a drink. Now, I'm not saying I'm cured. God forbid, I might have a drink tomorrow, who knows. But I know this is possible now. And I just wanted to tell anybody out there, you know, in the most genuine way, you can do it, you know what I mean? You can do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You know, I know that it feels like you can't imagine life without it, and the drink will tell you all the reasons why you can't stop just now, because you need to do this and you need to do that. That's how it works. Like, it's try to sabotage everything. It wants to dominate you. It wants to rule you, you know what I mean? And as long as you drink, it's going to win every time. See, when you walk about drunk thinking you're mental, you don't realise how mental you actually are, you know. Actually, insane, you know, insane. That's how I ended up with it. So that's why I need to talk to other people who have recovered, because they can help keep me in check, and I can help keep them in check, because you start just listening to your own head, you end up back there like that. Look, I'll just have one drink 2 months down the line, sitting on the toilet. I mean, not saying that's how it ends with everybody. A lot of people talk about carpets. A lot of people talk about like the point where they were at the lowest point, sitting in a house with no carpets. I always wonder, you know, at what point is it that people come in and take the carpet? You know what I mean? Like, when do you graduate to that sort of rock bottom moment? Right, that's us, we're just here to get your carpets, you know what I mean? But all jokes aside, you know, like, if you're struggling, talk to somebody. And, you know, if you want it bad enough, it can happen. And I mean that really sincerely. And I just made this video, not for New Year, not for any reason, you know, just so it's there. You know, just so it's there. You're not alone, you don't need to suffer, you know, but what you're dealing with, if you're having problems with it, is very, very serious. I've lost mates, family, to addiction and alcohol, you know what I mean, and it's a really serious business, and it shows you the insanity of it when I think I can still drink, when I still thought I could drink, you know what I mean. I've cremated my mother for this shit. She died at 36, do you know what I mean? You'd think that would be an obvious reason for me to stop, you know. I couldn't stop. Why? Because I'm an alkie, you know what I mean, and I'll always be that. So I hope you have a great new year. Once I get my year sober, I'll probably not be as talking about it as much as I have been, know what I mean, but I've just always been dead open in my songs. I was talking about my life in my songs before I even knew that I had people listening, so it's just something I kind of got caught in. And I sometimes regret that, but at the same time, I get nice messages from people who say the music's inspiring and they appreciate the honesty in it and all that, you know. So if you're not into it and you're like, who's this local cunt saying this shit, and all, it's all good. Don't worry about it, you know what I mean? It's no for you. So, you know, just fucking keep the faith, you know what I mean? You can do it can be done. There's no need to fucking flush your life down the toilet, do you know what I mean? If you search your heart and search your mind, if you really know the truth in the pit of your stomach, you know what I mean, then you'll never be able to shake that. The seed's planted, the truth has already ruined your drinking, so it's just a question of how long do you want to fight it, you know what I mean? I just say best of luck to everybody this year, and aye man, peace.